What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben and we've got a lot of games coming out in April 2025 to get through. I've tried to offer a bit more of a description and context to the game, so this video might be a bit longer than usual, trying things out. Let me know what you think. Sit back, relax, remember to wishlist any of these games on Steam that you like the look of. I have my Steam curator page linked below as well if you want to check out any of these as well, and drop a follow there. And if it's not too much trouble, please like, comment, subscribe. It would mean a lot. Let's jump straight into it. Embark on a visually stunning journey in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, an RPG developed by Sandfall Interactive. Set in a beautifully crafted world, players will engage in a narrative-rich experience, encountering diverse characters and engaging in strategic combat. Set in a dark fantasy world inspired by Belle Epoque France, the game introduces a godlike entity known as the Paintress. Each year, she paints a new number on the monolith, and individuals of that age vanish instantly. As the numbers decrease annually, humanity faces the threat of extinction. In response, the city of Lumiere sends annual expeditions comprised of individuals whose ages match with the current number, aiming to stop the Paintress and end the cycle of death. The 33rd expedition, which we as the player will control, embarks on this perilous journey to confront the Paintress and prevent further loss of life. This is looking to be a really amazing game if they can pull it off. It looks really nice. Nice blend of turn-based combat with quick time events as well. Reminds me of like the older RPGs like Lost Odyssey. Remember that one from the Xbox 360 era? This is coming to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. It'll be £37.79 at launch for the standard edition or £44.99 for the deluxe edition. Both of those include a 10% discount currently up until the 1st of May. And it will also be coming to Game Pass day one on PC and Xbox. Experience the critically acclaimed sequel in a new light with The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. This remastered edition brings enhanced graphics and performance, allowing players to delve deeper into Ellie and Joel's harrowing journey. The game combines intense storytelling with stealth and action gameplay and what can only be described as a controversial and shocking story full of twists and turns. I haven't played this since it came out on PS4 and release, so it may be the perfect time to revisit it and see how it's aged. This PC version will have a graphical enhancements such as DLSS, ultra-wide support and graphical customizations, as well as bringing the gameplay mode No Return, which is like a roguelike survival experience. Available on PC on the 3rd of April for $39.99 on Steam. When the first game came to Steam, it was plagued by some issues and poor performance, so hopefully Sony have learnt their lesson this time around. It's also worth noting this is a remaster and not a remake, hence why it's a lower price than The Last of Us Part 1 on Steam. If you like your action-adventure games with a touch of folklore and a big helping of southern gothic atmosphere, South of Midnight might be the one to watch. You play as Hazel, a young woman in the deep south who discovers she's a weaver, someone who can mend both broken bones and magical spirits. After a hurricane tears through her hometown of Prospero and her mother goes missing, Hazel sets out across a haunting mythical version of the American South. Expect twisted creatures inspired by regional legends and a story steeped in mystery and soul. Gameplay wise, it's a third-person combat game with a magical twist. Hazel can use weaving abilities in battle, things like push, pull and weave to manipulate enemies and the environment. There's also a strong emphasis on exploration and puzzle solving, all wrapped in a unique visual style that uses stop-motion animation during cutscenes. The whole thing is backed by a bluesy, southern-inspired soundtrack that really helps set the tone. South of Midnight launches on April 8th for Xbox Series X and S and PC. It'll also be on Game Pass day one if you want to get in early. The Premium Edition offers 5 days early access starting on April 3rd. Plus you get a few extras like a digital art book, soundtrack, behind-the-scenes stuff. Standard edition is priced at $34.99 and the premium edition is priced at $44.99. Next up, for those who enjoy the survival horror with a Lovecraftian twist, Stygian Outer Gods is one to keep on your radar. Set in an eerie town of Kingsport, you accompany Victoria, an enigmatic cult researcher, on a mission to uncover her family's dark secrets. After a shipwreck leaves you stranded, you'll confront nightmarish entities and unravel a 1,000-year-old mystery, all while battling to maintain your sanity. The game blends first-person survival horror with RPG elements. Resources like ammunition are scarce, making every encounter a strategic decision. Will you confront the horrors head-on, or rely on stealth to evade them? Character customization allows you to tailor abilities to your preferred playstyle, and the choices you make will influence the game's multiple pathways and endings. Developers emphasize that every bullet and decision counts, adding weight to your actions. Stygian Outer Gods enters early access on April 14th for PC via Steam. The full release is planned for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S and PC, obviously at a later date. Pricing details are yet to be announced, and we're not sure how much of the game will be here as part of early access. If you're intrigued, a demo was previously available during Steam Next Fest, offering a glimpse into the game's haunting atmosphere and mechanics. Although you can't download that now, I will leave a card in the top right corner now, as well as a link below in the description if you want to check out my video from my first impressions and experience of that. That'll be there if that's of interest to you. Next, we have a classic survival horror with a modern twist, Post-Trauma. Inspired by genre-defining titles from the PS2 era, this game combines fixed camera angles with high-quality visuals powered by Unreal Engine 5. You play as Roman, a middle-aged train conductor who awakens in a surreal and nightmarish reality. Your mission is to navigate this twisted world, solve intricate puzzles, and confront or evade horrifying creatures to uncover the truth and find a way back home. The game emphasizes exploration and careful resource management, staying true to the survival horror roots. You'll encounter various challenges that require both wit and courage, with multiple paths and endings based on your choices. We also checked this one out on Steam recently, so I'll leave the footage of that linked below in the description should you wish to check that out as well. Post-Trauma is set to release on April 22nd. It was coming out 31st of March, but it recently just was pushed back a couple of weeks. So it's now coming out April 22nd. It is going to be hitting PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S all at the same time. And the game will only be priced at £14.99 on all platforms. So really, really reasonable. If you're eager to experience a blend of nostalgic horror elements with contemporary graphics and storytelling, be sure to keep this title on your radar. I was very impressed from what I played of this. If you're after something tense, gritty and claustrophobic, Chasmal Fear is shaping up to be a must-play for fans of sci-fi horror. Set aboard the enclosed and underwater research facility, you take on the role of a security officer tasked with investigating a communications blackout. But what starts as a routine mission quickly spirals into a desperate fight for survival as the crew vanishes and something horrifying begins to stalk the corridors. Gameplay is a mix of tactical shooting with immersive sim elements. You'll scavenge for supplies, hack systems, repair machinery, and piece together the facility's tragic backstory. The game emphasizes a survival-first mindset, every bullet counts, and strategic planning is key. You can sneak past enemies, set traps, or stand your ground, but staying alive means using your resources wisely. It also features light RPG elements with inventory management, crafting, and player choice, all wrapped up in a cold, oppressive sci-fi atmosphere. You also don't need to attempt this alone. You can play this entire game in co-op with a friend if you wish as well. And like some of the modern kind of horror tropes, it has the body cam kind of viewpoint as well, just for that extra feeling of immersion. Chasmal Fear launches into early access on April 17th for PC via Steam. Pricing hasn't been confirmed yet. There's also a demo on Steam right now that you can check out should you wish. One of the smaller indie releases this month, Viking Frontiers, lets you take charge of a band of Viking settlers carving out a home in a rugged, untamed land. Your job? Build, manage and defend your growing village against the harsh elements, mythical beasts and rival clans. Gameplay focuses on survival and resource management with a heavy emphasis on long-term planning. You'll start by constructing essential buildings like farms, forges and mead halls, and gradually expand into a thriving settlement. Each villager has needs and skills, and you'll have to balance morale, productivity, and defense as the seasons shift and threats emerge. There's also exploration and trading, allowing you to engage with neighboring factions or raid them if diplomacy fails. This is giving the medieval dynasty vibes, combined with another game we tried out called Obscur. This is from Playway, that the publishers are Playway, who make a load of these kind of simulator games, Sengoku Dynasty, Medieval Dynasty, etc. So expect the same kind of vein, but a Viking version of this basically. Viking Frontiers launches into early access on April 23rd for PC via Steam. No official price has been announced yet, but the early access version is expected to include a full seasonal cycle, basic settlement management, and early combat and exploration systems, with more to come in future updates. One to keep an eye on. If you enjoy narrative-driven adventures with a strong sense of atmosphere and exploration, Amerzone: The Explorer's Legacy is worth checking out. This is a modern reimagining of the 1999 cult classic from Benoit Sokal, the mind behind the Siberia series. He plays a young journalist who stumbles upon the dying request of a disgraced explorer, travel to the mysterious land of Amerzone, and return a stolen egg to its rightful place before it's too late. Gameplay blends first-person exploration with light puzzle solving and environmental storytelling. You'll journey through lush jungles, forgotten temples, and misty swamps, all while uncovering the secrets of the Amazon and its mythical creatures. The game emphasizes immersion with detailed environments, a rich soundscape, and a hauntingly beautiful art style that reflects the melancholic tone of the story. While there's no combat, tension comes from the harsh environments and the weight of your choices along the way. Amerzone: The Explorer's Legacy releases on April 24th for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. The game will be priced at £34.90 at launch for the standard edition and $43.99 for the digital deluxe edition. This one includes the soundtrack, art, and some other bits and pieces. Whether you're a returning fan or completely new to the story, this one looks like a thoughtful, atmospheric journey through a world both magical and forgotten. A long-awaited release date was provided recently for upcoming PvP extraction game, Sand. Set in an alternate future where Earth has become a massive dust bowl, humanity is taken to the stars. Except for a few hardy survivors left behind to battle over the ruins, and you're one of them. A fortune seeker commanding a powerful trampler mech across a vast open world desert filled with danger, mystery, and opportunity. Sand combines the first-person shooting, exploration, and vehicular combat. Your trampler acts as a transport and mobile base, which you can then upgrade and customize with better weapons, systems, and gear. Whether you're scavenging for resources, battling rival scavengers in PvP, or discovering lost tech buried beneath the sand, the game encourages both solo and online co-op play. It's physics driven and skill based, so don't expect easy fights, especially when your mech is your lifeline in an unforgiving wasteland. From what I understand, it is PvP focused, potentially PvP only, and acts a little bit like Sea of Thieves but in a desert on the trampler instead of in the sea with a pirate ship. But it also then has the extraction mechanics where you've got to then call in a shuttle to come and rescue you and your trampler and lift you off of the planet as well, and that's how you extract. So you got to get out of your loot or die trying. Again, there's a link below to check out my experience on a recent playtest with this if you're interested. Sand launches into early access on April 3rd for PC via Steam. Pricing hasn't been officially confirmed yet. If you're a fan of tense survival experiences with a cinematic edge, Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days offers a fresh side-scrolling take on the zombie apocalypse. Set in 1980s Texas during the early days of a zombie outbreak, you'll lead a group of survivors through the overrun city of Walton, scavenging for supplies, avoiding the infected, and trying to make it out alive. Gameplay mixes side-scrolling exploration with base management and resource strategy. Definitely has some strong This War Is Mine influence and energy. By day, you'll search abandoned buildings for weapons, food, and medicine, balancing stealth and risk at every turn. And by night, you'll return to your shelter to tend to the group, treat injuries, build tools, and make decisions that shape your survivor's fate. Morale, fatigue, and emotional trauma all play a role, making this more than just another zombie survival shooter. It's about surviving the collapse of as much of your humanity intact as possible. Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days releases into early access on April 9th for PC. Pricing hasn't been confirmed yet, but there is a demo you can check out on Steam right now, as well as a link below to my first impressions of this from the end of last year. For the tactical turn-based strategy game fans, we have one coming soon promising a gripping narrative, and it's called Chains of Freedom. Set in a fictional dystopian Eastern European state, you lead an elite military squad through perilous missions filled with danger, deceit, and moral dilemmas. As you delve deeper into a conspiracy threatening your nation, you will engage in high-stakes tactical combat that demands precision and strategic planning. The game offers a variety of weapons and gear, allowing you to adapt your squad skills to meet ever-changing challenges. From meat hooks and axes to flamethrowers and mortars, the arsenal is diverse. Enhancing your characters with unique abilities by mixing and matching biocrystals found in the world adds another layer of strategy. Scavenging for ammo and utilizing consumables like healing kits and Molotov cocktails are essential for survival in this post-apocalyptic world. Chains of Freedom is set to release on April 15th for PC via Steam. Pricing details have yet to be announced, but if you're into games like XCOM or Wasteland, this title promises a compelling blend of tactical combat and immersive storytelling. Lastly, for full releases, and this one is set to come out on April 23rd, Mother Hub is a retro-inspired first-person shooter that channels the gritty aesthetic of early 2000s classics. Developed and published by Odell Studios, this game invites players to explore a dark, atmospheric world teeming with futuristic weapons and formidable bosses. The art style pays homage to titles like Doom 3 and Prey, capturing the glossy textures and dynamic lighting that defined the era. In Mother Hub, players will uncover an arsenal of advanced weaponry lost to time, each designed to offer a unique combat experience. The game emphasizes exploration and action, challenging players to navigate complex environments and confront a variety of enemies. The inclusion of intense boss battles further enhances the gameplay, requiring strategic thinking and quick reflexes to overcome. For those eager to experience a blend of nostalgic visuals with modern gameplay mechanics, Mother Hub promises to deliver a compelling adventure. The game will be available on PC on Steam on the 23rd of April, with pricing details yet to be announced. There's a demo on Steam you can check out right now, as well as my playthrough of both the demo of Mother Hub and its mini prequel project Habilis, which I'll leave linked below. And that wraps up the releases that caught my eye the most in April 25, from psychological horror and post-apocalyptic survival to beautiful hand-painted RPGs and narrative DLCs. It's honestly something for everyone this month. Personally, Clair, Obscur, and Post-Trauma are calling my name, but I'd also love to hear what you're most looking forward to down in the comments. In fact, there's so many. Into the Dead, Stygian, Outer Gods, Viking Frontiers. A lot of these this month are just right up my street as the survival, horror, crafting mixture of genres that I find myself gravitating towards these days. They're all checking that box. I guess I put the list together, so that makes sense. I just want to play them all. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know which game you'll be picking up this month. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.